3 authors walk into a bar. And then swiftly walk out again because they're on a mission to visit 5 cities in one day. No, this isn't a setup for a joke. It's actually the plan. That's right, Richard and Judy have announced their new reads for their next book club in association with W.H. Smith. So of course our first logical reaction was to grab 3 of our favourite authors and zoom around the rails with them to sign as many books as possible in as many postcodes as possible in 12 hours. We're calling the challenge Girls on the Train. But first, let's meet our authors.
Hello, I'm Cathy Renson-Brink. I'm the author of The Last Act of Love.
Hi, my name's Paula Hawkins and I'm the author of The Girl on the Train.
Hi, I'm Lisa Jewell and this is my novel The Girls.
Now you've met the authors, let me tell you the tale of the greatest signing expedition of 2016. It started rather early, 7 a.m. at King's Cross, 7 a.m.-ish.
Okay, so I'm already late. She's always late for chapel, but her penitence is real. She's always late for everything except for every meal.
The first signing of the day was at the St Pancras branch. Thanks for having us, W.H. Smith St Pancras. And then it was off, into the sunrise and to our first location. And it wasn't until I was handed our full set of tickets for the day that I realised the enormity of the task ahead.
So we've arrived in Leicester and we're on a mission to go to as many W.H. Smiths as possible within an hour. Let's see how we do.
We were warmly welcomed to the W.H. Smith branch in the station and the troops got signing. Then yonder into the throngs of Leicester and to seek out the next branch. We found some beautiful local music, symbolically interrupted by a street sweeper. You couldn't move for Leicester flags. For those of you who have been living under a book, Leicester just won a really cool prize. I think it's called the Premier League. And into our next W.H. Smith. Sign, sign, sign.
This is great.
Sacrilegiously using an e-reader desk to sign the physical books. And Cathy came up with the idea of inventing author pedometers so you could measure how many books you've signed in a lifetime. It's a pretty good idea. Bring it to the dragons. No time to wax lyrical, off to Sheffield. Ever the content creator, my colleague Tom kept us entertained on the platform.
Tom Noble is our social media expert. And he's...
Yes, green and pleasant land started to get decidedly more green and more pleasant the more north we climbed. And before you know it, we're in Sheffield.
This one's very nice. Oh, how pleasant.
So we've arrived in Sheffield and there seems to be a wall of water which is quite biblical, don't you think?
And in no time we were in Manchester. And guess what? We did more signing.
What just happened, Cathy?
Well, I just forgot what my name is, and my name used to be Cathy Waterhouse, and I just forgot. And then Cathy what? I just relapsed.
You
so
just
I had to
forgot
change
you were
it to
married.
something else. I forgot.
Slip of the hand and the heart.
Now I know that a signed book from an author I love means the world to me. But how do our authors feel about signed copies? What's the favourite book you've ever had signed?
Well, I didn't actually have it signed. I bought it off eBay, I think it was. It was already signed. And it's, in fact, I think it's the only signed book that I own. And it's Paula Yates's autobiography, which I bought after Paula herself had gone. And it's... I haven't actually read it yet, but I just like that I own it. That I own a little bit of Paula sitting on my bookshelves.
Feel a bit more special that she's kind of touched
Absolutely,
it. Or...
Paula touched it. Yes.
I do have signed books. I have at least 2 Kate Atkinsons, one which I bought signed and one which I had her signed for me, which is terribly exciting. I think it's kind of an odd thing because even if you're not there for the signing, you still feel a kind of weird sense of connection with the, like an extra sense of connection, like they held this in their hand. So that's it. Yeah, it does add something to it.
So when I was a bookseller, it was often my job to look after authors at book signings. And actually, one of the things I do have is I have a proof on Beauty by Zadie Smith, and she's put in it, "Thank you for showing me the secrets of backstage," because I gave her a little tour of Goods Inn and I showed her how all the books came in, and that was great. So I used to do that quite a lot for people. So it does feel very weird now to be signing my own books, but nice.
Somebody asked me to sign their Kindle, and I signed the entire thing with a really huge signature. I had absolutely no idea that she wanted me to put a very small signature so that everybody else could sign it. I took the whole thing up myself.
Where are we, Kathy?
We're at Carluccio's in Manchester Piccadilly Station, and it was in this Carluccio's that my friend Tom Palmer talked to me for 4 hours, and at the end of it made me promise that I was going to write the book, which at the time I wouldn't have even known it was going to be called The Last Acts of Love. He just made me promise I was going to do it. So I really do think that if it wasn't for him and this meeting, then maybe my book wouldn't exist.
So it was this is the place.
This is the place.
You made the pinky promise to the world.
Yeah.
And here it is, now you're signing books in the same station. That's quite enough reminiscing. Leeds, here we go. And while the authors met and greeted and signed away, I decided to make some fun of my own. Monumental highlights of Leeds include this statue, which Tom managed to convince me for at least 10 seconds was a statue of the manager of Leeds United. And for the last destination, York.
Last leg! We're on the last leg, Tom, are you excited? Don't care. We're doing it! We're going a little bit insane. It's the last WH Smith, how do we all feel? Yeah!
Couldn't resist the chance to get in on the buy one get one half price deal, and got some recommendations for Kathy, who is frankly a book recommendation machine.
I haven't read Perfume.
I'm just not sure about the cover, Kathy.
Story of a murderer. Or have you read The Versions of Us? Is that good?
That's really good.
I think I'm going to get these two.
These would be back.
They're the two I'm picking.
Yeah.
And as a treat for getting to the last city, we decided to go on a micro exploration of historic York.
So York is in my book because it's where lots of sad things happen, but also it's where loads of drunk Geordies were eating wasps for money.
I ask, if a little late, why we're even doing this in the first place? Tom, our social media manager, had a great answer. Tom, why are we even doing this? I know it's like stop, I don't know how many, but why do we go around and sign books in other places?
It's a really nice thing to do because it's really exciting that these authors have been picked for the Richard and Judy Book Club, which is a really cool thing. But also you don't often go to places outside London for this kind of thing, so to go to all these places in one day is really cool.
It's friendly, isn't it? It's nice to get out.
It's really nice, yeah, especially when you get to come to like glorious places like York, Leeds, Manchester. Oh, it's just great.
And he was right, it's really great to get out and see where the books are physically being found and discovered by new readers. And hopefully each special signed copy will find its way to a loving home. Girls on the Train completed. Last on the list was a well-deserved gin and a train ride back to the capital. We're so excited that Richard and Judy are bringing these books to a wider audience, and we can't wait to hear what you think of them. Thanks for watching Book Break. If you'd like to check out the books, I'll leave some links below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I guess we'll see you next time.